Hello. Today, Wakasm plays Flip Voyage, not a sequel, but a spiritual successor to Flip Town by Right Stuff Games. Hello, everybody. I'm Wakasm. Today, we are playing Flip Voyage. If you are new to my channel, I play board games, I play video games. I tend to alternate between them. I play a lot of campaign games, a lot of solo games. Sometimes I do reviews, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. Feel free to give me a like or a comment or tell me any rules mistakes that I make in this game. So anyway, let's push forward. This is Flip Voyage. This is my first time playing it. I've played a lot of Flip Town, so if you've spent any time on this channel, you'll know that I have a lot of plays of Flip Town, so I was excited when Flip Voyage was announced, and this is my first blind playthrough of it. Don't know if I'm going to like it yet. Might be critical of it because I like Flip Town so much, or I might love it too. We're going to find out. So let's just kind of get started, and I'll teach the game to the best of my ability. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes. If I do make any mistakes, just comment below. But I feel like from reading the rulebook once, I have a decent grasp of how the game works. So if you are new to Flip Town and Flip Voyage, then I'll do my best to explain everything. If you're familiar with Flip Town, then you'll see a lot of elements that are similar. Not everything is similar, but let's just kind of cover what's happening. So first things first, I am playing with I think it's called the Discovery expansion. Hold on, I can tell you right now what it's called. It's called Fantastic Discoveries mini expansion. So this is randomized. My character is randomized. The challenges for the game are randomized. These 3 challenges right here. So I'm playing the Pirate's Hoard, which has a little, I don't know if this is a poem or a rhyme. I don't think it's rhyming. I think it's just a description, but laden with their precious booty, the men returned to the Nautilus, disposed of their burden, and went back to the inexhaustible fishery of gold and silver. I'll explain what this is, but I figured I would just talk about that early because this is like the mini expansion that came with the game. I'm just playing with everything on my first go. So anyway, what is the deal with this game? How's it going to work? What are we trying to do? So the goal of the game is we are trying to get victory points called notoriety. And anytime we do anything on this part of the game, this map navigate action is what I think it's called. Anytime we draw something here, it counts as like 1 space on our league track. And basically the league track, you know what, I'm gonna hide my head for a minute. The league track works this way. So if I was to, I don't know, as an example, draw 1, 2, 3, 4 lines over to this space, we would cross off 1, 2, 3, 4 in this direction. And you basically play the game until these 2 lines meet somewhere, and then when the game ends, you check your score. If you were playing multiplayer, the first player who has their stuff meets triggers the end of the game, and then whoever has the highest score at that point wins. There is an end of the game bonus for multiplayer. Since I'm not playing multiplayer, that is not relevant to me, but there is a little bit of a bonus that has to deal with who has the most efficient, I guess like the shortest gets more points, and whoever has the longest gets no points, and everyone else gets some points. So that's this piece right here on the board. I am instead playing against, and I'm sure I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly multiple times. I think it's called the Farragut. I sometimes read it as Farragut, but I don't know. Farragut, there's probably some historical reference that I don't know about there, or maybe it's a word that has meaning. But anyway, it's the Farragut solo bot, and I'll explain how he works, but that's what this card is up here. So he's going to be scoring, I think it's a he, could be a she, I'm not 100% sure, but they are going to be scoring along with me, and when I trigger the end of the game, we're going to compare our scores and see who wins. I'm playing on difficulty 1. There's 4 difficulties against the bot. Basically, the only difference is how many cards they start with. So you could play on difficulty 0 and start with no cards, or all the way up to 4. I suppose you could start higher, but the rulebook says 0 to 4, so that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, Anyway, So what are we doing on a turn? We are going to be drawing cards on what we call the lineup. Very similar to Flip Town. You're basically going to lock in 3 different cards to do 3 different actions, and once you lock them in, you're going to perform your actions on the board. You're going to write some stuff on the board in these different sections, and you're going to try to score points. You're going to try to combo things, and you're going to keep going until you trigger the end of the game. So how does it work? This game, there's no poker hand you have to worry about, which is something I really liked about Flip Town. It's one of the reasons why I'm not sure if I like this game, because I missed the poker hand already, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But basically, in the physical game, you'll have these chips that you can place on top of the cards to kind of determine how you want to do it. The way that I'm going to do it is whatever's in this first spot will be my explore action. Whichever's in the second spot will be my engage action, and this will be my take action. And all of these symbols are actually right down here. If you look in this area, these are the tokens that you would get. So there's like a move, navigate action. You get to chart your course, you track your leagues, you gain your rewards, and then you engage and take action. So those are the things that we're going to be doing. But if you ever feel like you don't remember, there's a lot of references on the board. So let's pretend this was my hand. I'm not going to really think it through. Let's just say this is how I decided I want to take my turn. First, I would lock this in as my move action. Again, this is what the token looks like. I would lock this in as my engage action. I would lock this in as my take action, and then I would perform everything. So let's talk about each action. The move chart action has to do with like this navigate section down here. And for the, I should probably show you this first, actually. This is my character. I am the cartographer. And the cartographer starts in this like second, I know I can't hover over it, but starts in that second row first space, which is basically right here. That's where they're going to start. So that's where I start the game, in this area right here. And that's based off of this card. And I start with a bunch of resources. I start with 2 knowledge, 3 salvage, 2 crew, and 1 treasure. But I'll give that all to myself in a bit. And then I have a power called the treasure map. I can gain treasure for each zone you move into or through, excluding the zone that you started your turn in. So this power actually has to do with the map, so we'll kind of cover that in a second. But yeah, this is where I start the game in. And if I locked in the 9, I have to move 9 spaces. So I could do something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if I wanted to do that. And basically any of these spaces, like this one and this one, when you go over them, you get the things. So I would get 1 damage for this spot, which is something you probably want to avoid. I'd get 2 victory points for going over this spot. But these spots like this one right here that has a like anchor symbol, I have to end my turn on that spot in order to get the combo bonus, which I'll explain what the combo bonus is in a second. But you want to get a lot of these as you can, because you kind of get more actions because of it. So if I did the 9 and I did that, then I'd be able to get that bonus. In addition, every time I cross over one of these, I think I do it after I do the full move action, and then I track the leagues. But every time you cross over a line, you can get one of these bonuses that are like in between the line that you cross. So when I first cross over it, I can get either a crew member or a salvage. And then let's just say I did something different. Let's say I did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like this. I would get another bonus when I'd cross over this, and because I took this already, I'd have to get this, and then I could choose from one of these. And my treasure map would kick in, because I believe the way it is worded is gain treasure for each zone you move into or through, excluding the zone. Yeah, so I believe, if I understand my power correctly, I would get a treasure map for entering this zone, for entering this zone, and entering this zone. So I guess I'd be getting 3 treasures from that, which seems pretty powerful. But yep, I don't know yet. I haven't played. Maybe that's not as good as it seems. But And then I would have to mark how many leagues I went. So I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's a timer. The more I navigate, the faster the game's gonna end. So yeah, in one turn I'd probably get 3 treasures and maybe a couple things there, but using a 9 does accelerate the game to end faster. That might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing. I haven't really figured that out yet. This bot seems like it scores a lot, so I don't know. I haven't figured out the strategy at all on this. Again, haven't played it first time. But that's what you're doing. Again, just teaching the game. Future playthroughs will skip a lot of this and get right into the game. But again, if this is your first time playing, I'm just trying to teach you, or first time watching, trying to teach you. So that's what this first thing is. Then the engage and the take action, these two are kind of tied to each other. The engage basically locks in the suit. So I'm locked in on diamonds because this card has diamonds. And then this one locks in on the value. And all that means is if you look at the board, there's 4 spaces. There's a heart space, there's a spade space, diamonds, and a clubs. We chose diamonds, which means that we, for this turn, are going to be taking an action in this spot using the value, which in this case is an 8 right here. So I'm going to have to write an 8 into one of these boxes. I could put the 8 up here. For this one, I have to start in this row, and I'll explain how each one works. But yeah, I could put an 8 here, or I could put the 8 here, anywhere on this first row. I could put an 8. All right, and then that would be it. That would be my turn for actions. Again, had I ended my turn on one of these, I would have had to have taken this first. So I would have done my movement, whatever it was, to get into this space. I would then come up here, take my heart. Well, I'd make sure I took all the rewards first. So in this particular case, I don't know, I would have to grab this, log my damage. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Log my damage. And then, once I log my leagues and everything, then I get the bonus action for this one. I would have to take a science action. And when you take a combo action, you can use any value. You don't have to match the card that you have. So I can do like an ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to king heart action for free, pretty much. And that's how the combos work. And you'll notice that all of these spaces have other places where you can combo. So if I unlock one of these combos, I can move off and do one of those. And if I unlock another one, and there's potential to chain things. I don't know how crazy the chains get in this. In Flip Town, it was pretty common to get like a 2 or 3 combo chain. Nothing more than that. I don't know if it's possible to get more combos in this or set yourself up, but it is very combo-tastic in that regard. So yeah, that's what you're doing. I'll cover the different areas, and there are little mini games now, just so you know what's going on. With the flasks, you have to basically fill them from the bottom up. So, whoops, that was an accident. So if I take a hard action, I can use any card to cross this out, or a 2 to cross this out, and then I can use a 3 to cross this out, and a 4 to cross this out. And if I do that, I get 4 victory points. But you have to go from the bottom up. There is a power that lets you fill any beaker and any spot, but without that power, you're going up. And the higher the beaker, the more points you get. And anytime you cross off 2 things, you immediately get the bonus, and then you go do the bonus, whatever it says. Pretty straightforward. Warfare, same thing. I take a spade action. I have to match the spots. So I don't know, if I had a queen, I would go here, I would get this, and that's all that happens. If you ever match all 4 numbers, you basically sink the ship and you get the victory points. So for instance, like this is a very easy victory point thing to get right here. But yeah, you're exacting vengeance according to the description, and you're sinking ships. Here you get a lot of salvage and a lot of damage, so you just kind of have to pay attention to that. And same thing, if I get these, I get this bonus there. Next is adventure. This one you can only, well, basically the value must be lower than both values above it. So I can't put an 8 here until I have 2 values above it, like a king and a 9, and then I could put an 8 here. but then I can't put anything here until I have like a 5, a 10 here. Then I could put something lower than a 5. I could put a 4 here. And if I ever did something like this, like let's say I put an ace, ace is a low card in this game, I would never be able to put a card here because there's nothing lower than an ace, even if I had a king here or something. And it must be lower, so I also can't do something like this. It has to be at least a queen or lower. And similar thing, when you put something here, you get this item up here. If you put two numbers next to each other, you get the bonus and then get to go do the bonus. And if you can do everything, you get 5 points. If you do everything here, 7, and everything here, 9. So that's how this area works. And then liberation's pretty straightforward. There's boxes, there's values. If I take a club action and let's say I came here with a 4, I have to cross this out. I get the guy, or if I used a 3, I would get damage. And basically, you're just trying to fill out rows. So if I cross these two out, that is a row, I get 3 points. This is another row, I get 3 more points. This is another row, I get 4 points. And you can get 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to, you know, however many points these are. These are not like an end of the game scoring bonus. These are the actual points. So I would get 3, I would get 3. So, you know, all together, this is like, I don't know, 30 points maybe. I forget what the math is, but something like that. Yeah, and that's the 4 areas. So that's what you're doing. We're doing actions in these areas, or do navigation down here. This is where all of our stuff that we get goes. And then last, well, I guess not last, but close to last but not least, is these things right here are powers that you can unlock. So at the end of every turn, you move, you engage, you take action, and then you can either repair your ship or upgrade. That's these two icons, tokens right here. In the physical game, you'd have these tokens. We're not even going to bother with the tokens in this version. But basically, I can either choose, let's say I had 2 damage and 2 crew. I could cross off 2 crew to fix a damage. That's the repair action. Or let's say I have 2 salvage and a crew member. I could purchase the library because it requires 2 salvage and crew. However, there is a little bit of a twist to it. With my current card setup, I would not be able to buy the library because you can only buy upgrades that match your 3 cards up here. So I can only buy the 9, 6, and 8 upgrade this turn. So I could have the resources, but if I don't have the card to match, I would not be able to buy it. And with the current resources, I said I had 2 salvage and a crew member. I can't buy this one. I cannot buy this one. Where's the 8s? Or this one. But if I had 1 more salvage, then I could buy the charter room. I could buy the laboratory. No, I could buy the super propeller. And these all have like specific powers. I'm not going to go through them all yet, but I'll cover like a couple. Most of these let you use a thing for a thing. So like this lets you use a crew as if it was a salvage. And that's like all these, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one are all conversions. I guess I will go through it. This lets you get treasures when you finish your turn on an empty space. So every time instead of landing on one of these, if I finish my turn on an empty space, I get a treasure. What else? This one, anytime I get salvage in warfare, I get an extra salvage. I think that's how that works. I might have to look up some of these powers. This one is anytime I get damage in the diamond area, which is the treasure one, I get an extra treasure. So I get treasures instead of the, I think it's I don't think it's instead of, I think it's I get the damage and then I get the treasure. This is the beaker one. I could fill the beaker at any, oops, I just realized that my head's over these two. This was the damage with the treasure one. Sorry. Beaker, this is the one that lets me fill anywhere in the beaker. I don't have to go from the bottom up. So other stuff we didn't talk about, and again, this is similar to Flip Down if you played it, like the gold. Some of this stuff has purpose. Knowledge lets you, for 1 knowledge, whatever value you lock in for your card, you can increase it or decrease it. So like this 8, if I spend 2 knowledge, I could turn it into a 6 or a 10 just for the turn. Or if I spend 2 knowledge, I can actually change the suit. So instead of this diamond, I can make it any suit that I want. So if you really want to do an action somewhere else on the board, or maybe you don't want to do an action that you were given, you can use knowledge to kind of manipulate that. And this upgrade makes it so that, no, this upgrade does not do anything with knowledge. This upgrade makes it so that when you're in the club, the liberation area, whatever number that you use can be used as one higher, one lower. So if I came here with a 10, I could use it as a jack or a 9. That's what this power is. This power normally takes 2 crew to fix. This only takes 1 crew to fix, I believe. I can turn 1 crew to fix it. What else? This means if I get this, it's 1 less salvage per upgrade. And serrated rakers, what does this do? Oh, every time I hit a damage, I get a salvage and a crew. This seems pretty good, actually. Yeah, maybe this tied with this is good. I'm not 100% sure, because then it kind of pays for itself. This one I was kind of sus on because you'd have to spend 3 crew and 2 salvage just to be able to you'd have to like use it 3 more times to just pay for the crew itself. I don't know, but maybe like combined with some of this other stuff, it makes more sense. I don't know, but I think that's what all the powers do. Again, I might have to look it up when it comes time to actually buy it. And I do find it funny that they have like these I don't know, magnifying glasses that like show what part of the ship it is, but like it's so abstract. I don't know, I find that part funny. I don't know why. All right, so that's everything in the game. If you wanted to learn how to play, I taught it in what, 15-20 minutes. That's all the rules. Now there's a few other things to note. When you're playing multiplayer, there are also these 3 challenges, and these challenges are basically in multiplayer, whoever gets it first gets 5 points, and whoever does it second gets 2 points, or I guess everyone else who does it gets 2 points. You see that a lot in these victory point kind of games. In this one, if I do it first, I flip it over and I block. I believe this is the way it works. I block Farragut from doing it, but there's 2 jokers in the deck, and the jokers will trigger him getting one of these, like whichever the top one is, or I guess in person would be left to right, but I did it vertically for screen purposes. So if I did not get this and a joker pops up, he automatically gets it, and then I guess I could get 2 points, but he automatically gets the 5 points. So, you know, I have to basically, if I want to deny him some points, I have to at least do 2, and then he'll only get 1, or I have to be really fast and get all 3. But it's very random. The Joker could be the top card, and he just immediately gets points. So I feel like these are almost guaranteed points for him. And the challenges themselves, this one's pretty easy. In science, fill at least 1 level in each beaker. So I just have to go to science 4 times. That's doable. In warfare, cross out at least 1 crepe under each ship. So I would have to at least go to warfare 4 times to do that one. This one, though, seems like it's a lot harder to do and probably a bad card for me against Farragut. Maybe it's better in multiplayer, but I have to get at least 1 star in science, warfare, adventure, and liberation. It's very easy to get a star in science because you just take the bottom one. It's pretty easy to get stars in warfare because you just take this one and you get 2 stars. But here, I'd have to get all 5 of these to get a star, I think, unless there's some other way to get a star I don't know about. And here, I'd have to get 2. So it seems like I'd have to do a lot more investment to win this one. Probably still worth doing it if I can do it, but, you know, that's like 10 actions, 11 actions worth before Joker comes up. So we'll see if that happens. That's how these work. This character again has this is a 1-time power, I just realized, so it's not as strong as it sounds. So if 1 time I go crazy and go through a bunch of zones, I can get a bunch of treasure, but yeah, then it's exhausted. It's not like every single time. In my head I thought it was every single time, but then I remembered that it's a one-time use per game, so I'd probably want to save that for the end of the game. Not for the end of the game, for a really high move card, like the 9 would probably be good. Anyway, I totally changed up what I was doing. Knowledge is used for this stuff. Salvage is mostly used for buying things, I think. Crew is used for buying things and also for upgrades, for fixing the ship. And treasure, these can just be any one of those. So anytime I need something and I don't have it, I can just mark off a treasure. Treasure, though, happens to be worth points at the end of the game. Stars are worth points at the end of the game. Any 3 of any resource is worth a point at the end of the game, even if it's like one of each. I believe that's how it works. So if at the end of the game I have 1 salvage, 1 crew, 1 knowledge, well, that's worth 1 point between all 3. And then I lose 1 point for every damage I have, and then that would be my total score. So that's how we calculate the score. So last but not least, we have Farragut and Captain Farragut, I guess. And the way he works is, or she, they, anytime I get the thing or do the thing that's shown in the picture, they score 5 points. So at the beginning of the game, there's going to be 3 cards because we draw 2 like right before we start. So this 1 extra card makes it a little bit more easier for them to score points. There's only 12 cards total that can come out. And that's this little 11 counter there. So if you want to keep track of that at any given time, you can. But let's just, as an example, say I did an action where, let's say I did this action over here. I crossed this out and I got a crew. If I circle a crew, he's going to score this 5 points. And when he scores it, we basically we're going to track his score by circling these numbers. He mostly gets points in 5s. And at the very end of the game, he'll get some more points, which I'll talk about when the game starts. But everything he does is done in 5s. So anytime he scores, we're just going to count up. And the hope is that my score will surpass his score by the time the game ends. And that's the bot you're playing against. Like I said, for solo, you could just play to beat your own score, but you could also play against him. I guess you could do both if you wanted to too, although playing against him does make you do things that you might not normally do, because normally you just take whatever looks great and whatever is going to get you points. But if all of a sudden this is going to give him points, you might try to not do it, or you might want to try to stack actions so he only scores 1 card. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I liked the cowbots a lot in Fliptown. I'm not necessarily sure that I love this bot, but again, I haven't played it. It's just from what I've seen. All right, the very last thing is the discoveries. The way this works is all of these I can potentially get as a bonus if I can find the treasure. No, well, I'm just going to leave that circled. Actually, no, I think I can erase it. Here we go. I figured it out. Yeah, so basically I get those as a bonus, but the only way you get a bonus is you're basically searching for 5 pieces of a treasure. 3 of the pieces are in these zones, like right here, and right here. If I ever circle or finish my turn in one of those areas, it counts as like finding a piece of the treasure. And then I also at some point have to finish on a heart anchor space and a spade anchor place. And if I can do all 5, then I'm going to get 1 damage, 3 treasures, and a salvage. Then again, very similar to other things, if this one is, if the second joker comes out before I finish it, he's going to get 5 points. Otherwise, I get 2 points. I think that's the way it works. I think as long as I do it before he does it, then I get 2 points, or he'll get 5 points. And even if he gets the 5 points and I do it after, I can still get the bonus. I just don't get the 2 points, and he gets 5 points. So yeah, so that is everything to play. We're gonna get started. We're gonna pick a color for me. We're gonna pick a color for him. I am gonna be pink, I think, and I start with 2 knowledge, 3 salvage, 2 crew, and a treasure. And again, and then I start here. I start in this space right here. So this is me. This is my starting stuff. I'm going to reshuffle this now, and this is my one-time power. So maybe I get it done early in the game, maybe I do it later. There are other challenges I've seen. Like there is one that like you have to get 6 treasures, I think I've seen. So, you know, this would be a good power with my treasure map, because then I could maybe get the treasures earlier. But right now I'm just trying to take heart spade act. Oh yeah, it's heart spade actions, and then I need to get 1 star in all the zones. One last thing we're gonna do. We're just gonna deal 3 cards once, and then we're gonna reshuffle. Heart is going to be, and we're gonna use. I guess we'll use blue for him. Probably the most noticeable. Heart is going to be his favorite action, and I'm going to put a little square over that to remind us. And what that means is, in addition to the 5 points at the end of the game, every space in this area that I do not score, he's going to get an extra point. That is a little bit more like how the cowbots work in Flip Town, but I don't know. He's going to get so many points from everything else that I don't really know how impactful this is going to be, but it does incentivize me, to take more heart actions if I can, in addition to, wanting to get the heart challenge done. All right, so now we're going to reshuffle. We're going to start the game. First, to start the game, we're going to draw 2 more cards for him. So now he's going to score if I get salvage or treasure. So he's very likely to score pretty early. I do score for every card he doesn't get every turn. So we'll see that in action when it happens too. We're going to deal our cards. And already we got our first joker. So this is a great start for us. I wish we left our first shuffle up, but it just means that he's going to get 5 points immediately because he is going to score the Nemo's Challenge Heart Challenge. And now if I do it, I only get 2 points. So that's what happens with the jokers. Then we're going to replace it with another card. And if a second joker comes out, he is going to get the points from the discovery as well. So not a great start there, but what can I do? So he's already got 5 points on the board. I don't know if I start with 1 victory point here. I don't know why that's circled. Maybe it's just to show it how it goes up. I don't know. I'm going to assume that I don't start with it, but maybe I do. All right, we're 35 minutes into this game, maybe a little bit shorter if I edit out some ums and stuff, but let's just get started and see how the game goes. So I can either, another thing is the most amount of spaces you can move is 10 on the map area. It tells you down here that jacks, queens, and kings equals 10, and I think if you spend a treasure, you convert any card into any number. I gotta look that up. I forgot that's a thing as well. I gotta look that up. Yeah, so I can take any face card only and make it whatever with a treasure. So that's another use for treasure. Probably good. Like I could do it right now and make that king specifically something, but yeah. So we're gonna try to figure out what we want to do now. We go 10. I could do something crazy like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I can get like a bunch of treasure out of that and just use my power early. I don't know if I want to do that yet, but if I can find a good space to land on, I might do that. 1, 2, 3. Like no matter how I do it though, I'm going to take damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe that's worth it. Just get an extra diamond action real early, get 3 treasure. I don't know if it's worth the 3 treasure. Oh wait, no. I would do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I thought I could get down here. How did I did something weird? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. I think I miscounted that first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are these all like mathematically not 10 away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. String 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could do that. Could get me 2 treasure. I really feel like I could get more treasure if I really try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. Spend the whole game just doing this one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna get a better chance to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 treasure. All these bonuses too. Although I might like trigger all of that as well. I'm obsessed with this idea now on the first turn of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 treasure. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna lock it in. I gotta get a lot of bonuses here. So we're gonna end our turn on the club action. We are going to. So one thing of note, doing it this way, there's one small problem with it, is you can never land on a space that you drew on. So I can never get this ever again. You can path through it a second time. Like I can do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I can never ever stop and get that space. So I might have locked myself out of that, but we're just gonna go for it. I don't know, it's a good strategy right now. I just really wanted to use my treasure map early. So let's do all the things at once. Let's just log our treasure maps first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the most I think I'm gonna get. 1, 2, 3. I got 5 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could have. Okay, hold on. I said we're gonna lock in, but I lied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing, right? 1, 2, 3. I keep thinking I'm seeing more opportunity than I am. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Going back to my original plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 10-minute turn for one movement, but it's fine. I actually don't know which one I'm locking in yet. I actually should pick these first. Since hearts I don't care about anymore. I care about spades now. So we'll just, whether it's king or jack, both give me salvage. So we will just lock it in. We'll do the king. We'll do it like this time. There we go. All right, so we're doing our 10 movement first. All right, so let's just get all the things. When I cross over this line, I'm going to get a knowledge, and I'm going to give him all the cards on this first turn doing this. This is not a good showcase of the game, but maybe this will work out. So we're going to get a crew. We're going to get a crew crossing over, a salvage for crossing over, another crew for crossing over, and another crew for crossing over. So 3 crew and a knowledge. Let's do that first. So 1, 2, 3, and a salvage, not a knowledge. So he's gonna score this and this just from that, and he's also gonna score this because I'm now getting 4 treasure for all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'm getting 4 treasures from that. He's gonna score 15 points, but I do get a lot of treasures, and then I get a bonus liberation action. So since we're already getting crew, I guess we can just pick something, and I guess I'll just start at the top, and I'll pick the king since I know I'm losing a king already from my stuff, and we'll get another crew. I also get a dash. That's everything from this, I think. No, and I get a this, we are starting with a victory point. Look at that. That's what that is. Okay, so we get 1 other victory point too. So there we go. We get 1 victory point. We're on the board. So I crossed 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines, 4 lines. Got 4 bonuses from all that. I also finished in this area. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. This area right here. So 1 of my 5 map pieces are done. However, I did not finish on a spade or a heart to double up on that. All right. So that was an interesting first turn. We got to give him his many points. So we are already losing. We are already losing 20 to 2. So we're gonna hope. That we know what we're doing. All right. So that was a long turn. Now I could repair or I can upgrade. So let's see if there's a good upgrade now. We got all this salvage, all this crew. So maybe there's something that we really want. And let us, since we have it, let's grab the serrated rakers. I don't know if this is going to work out. We're going to, oh wait, yeah, I can get this because I have the king. So we're gonna grab this. So it's gonna cost us a, sorry, I should use pink for that. We're gonna grab this. It cost us a salvage, and it's gonna cost us a crew. So now we can like purposely get damage to get stuff. Let me make sure that that's what that means. So that is what it means. If I purposely go through damage, I'm gonna get a crew and a salvage. Now, I don't know if these are meant to be infinite or not. That's another thing. We'll worry about it when the time comes. But yeah, all right. So now I think we've done everything except for log our leagues. So we basically went 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess that is correct. So this is a weird starting number, like 100 and something. It's not 100. So, all right. So that is the end of the turn. So we are going to now draw 2 cards for Farragut, and hopefully, of course, we take damage because now that we want damage, it's going to get damage, and we didn't take any of the knowledge bonuses. So yeah, I guess that's how this is going to work out a lot. Anyway, we're going to deal ourselves some new cards. So we are on turn 2. This was our first turn, and we had a discarded joker. All right. But hopefully we can get through this quicker. Now, I don't have anything in science yet, so I might want to do this. I don't know where I want to move yet. Probably 1 and 7. No, I want to do science. I need better values. That's the problem there. What can I do with liberation? I could just cross out some more stuff. 3, I can get a hard action, so we are going to trigger this, I think. So we're going to log in the 3 for navigation, and we're going to log 7 for this. And actually, no, we're going to do it like this. Here's the 7. This is the 7. We're going to do it like this. All right, and I'll explain what I'm going to do. All right, and I'm going to end up giving him 10 more points. So I don't know. I'm playing pretty horribly. Maybe this will be a very bad game to show off, but I don't know. I'm having a harder time with this than I thought I would. Maybe we'll make it back up in the second half. But anyway, this is what we're doing. So we are going to move up 3. 1. I'm all over the place with my controls right now. We're going to move up 1, 2, 3, and we're going to grab this. But first things first, we take a damage. That means that Farragut's going to score 5 points. We'll do that later. But when I score damage, I get a salvage and a crew. Right? So we're happy with that part of it. We are going to move 3. I guess I'll do alternating colors just to keep it more interesting. So we'll do green. 1, 2, 3. And we'll swap back and forth. So again, my head's in the way. Gotta remember about that, but yeah, that's what. Maybe I should move my head completely. If I keep forgetting, if I forget one more time, I'll just remove my head, and you don't have to see my face anymore. All right, so we did that. We also crossed over a line here, so we're gonna get another salvage from this here. Oops. We're gonna get a salvage over here. And all right, I think we did everything, right? We took our damage. So now we're going to do our free heart action. And our free heart action is going to be the following. We are just going to get a victory point by going here. And probably I should be consistent, and I should probably use an X. That's going to give us a victory point. And that's our free heart action. So now we're going to do the rest of our turn action. We locked in on hearts. And well, it's fine. It's still good, but I thought something else was going to happen, and I messed up. So wait, hold on. What is this one? At least 1 creep under each ship. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, we messed that up completely. It's fine though. All right. We are going to use 1 of our knowledge to turn the 7 into a 6. So we are going to lose a knowledge. And we're going to end up gaining a knowledge back. So let me just pre-do it, because we are going to use the 6 here. And that's going to give us a free diamond action. And we did get a knowledge, so he's going to score that. And we can put anything we want over here. the diamond. For some reason, I thought this was liberation, so I thought I was doing something smart, but I ended up not doing something smart. So we are going to do a, I don't know, we're going to do a king here, and we'll just get a treasure. Actually, let's take another damage. Let's get the damage over with. Yeah. Take the damage now since we just got rid of the damage card. I don't know how smart that is. That's what we're going to do. All right, so that is the end of our turn. Now we can repair, or we could buy something at ace, 3, or 7. So let's see. Treasures let us use things as anything. We have a lot of treasures. That might be worth doing, although that is kind of expensive. 3, let's salvage. We can use salvage as knowledge. Oh my god. Gotta stop doing that. All right, and then, or ramming row. Anytime I get a salvage, I can get an extra salvage. I think I'm going to take ramming row. We know we have to do a bunch of spade actions, so that is going to cost us a salvage and 2 crew members. I want to really get that reinforced hull at some point, so I can start repairing my ship for cheap, but it is what it is. And then we do have to score Farragut again and give him 5 more points and 5 more points for these cards. So he's at 30 and we are at 3 victory points right now. So this is not going very well for us, but all right. So these are his 2 new cards. These are our 3 new cards. Now if I take a heart or a club action, he is going to score. So maybe I can get around that this turn. Well, I can't because I only have all hearts. So he's probably going to score again. And we have the 2, but then these are really high. We're probably going to have to use a treasure to get out of this situation for us. So we're going to lock in these cards. We got to do our move action first. Oh, we did do our hearts though. So our hearts one is done. Whoops. That's not good. I'm on the wrong color, but it's fine. We'll just use blue. So now we have 3 more pieces for that. So if we can get the 2 points for that before he gets the second joker and all those resources, that'd be good. So we need to finish on a spade or finish in one of those 2 quadrants. So I think we're going to use a treasure. So let's just mark that off right now. And we're going to make the jack a wild. And I think we're simply just going to do... There's a spade here, a spade up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I thought I was just going to use the wild to go here, but I feel like I should just do the 10, go up here, because then I'm right next to this quadrant, and then I can come back down to this. Or maybe it's just better to go over here and guess where that's a club. I'll give him another 10 points this turn. And just give him all the points and end the game really early. Like, I feel like every time I want to do something, it ends up being the thing. All right, we're just going to do the smart thing. We're going to turn this into a 3. We're going to do our original plan. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we'll get an extra space. And we get a bonus. We can take the knowledge or the crew. Let's take the knowledge this time. Actually, no, we know we have to end up down here again, so let's take the crew. Word I'm looking for. Yeah, that's the word, crew. All right, we're gonna get our spade action now, and we're just gonna simply, let's do the easy one first and grab this. We're gonna get two salvage from that, and we're gonna get 2 victory points from all of that. So 2 victory points, we're on the board. 2 salvage. And we now have, for this challenge, we've accomplished, what was I gonna say? We've accomplished this goal. We almost have accomplished this goal, but we still need to get 4 more in adventure before Joker pops up. So we'll see if we can get that done. Actually, no, he can only get the second one. So I don't know, maybe we can get both of these before he does. We'll see. All right. So that is the end of the turn. He is going to score parts. And we have to also, before we forget, mark our fatigue stuff, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, which is underneath my head. So bye head. These 3 right here. And now we can repair, or we can buy something at the 2, Jack, or King position. So the 2 is I can turn crew members into salvage. We already have the King or the Jack. We said we wanted the Jack, so we're going to grab the Jack. I said that this was too expensive, and now I want it. So let's do it. So I need to spend 2 salvage and 3, right? And then we need to score Mr. Farragut here 5 more points. He's at 35 and I'm at 5 points. We are going to draw 2 more cards. And now, great. So of course, the destination of where I'm aiming at is where he scores points. So that's fun. And diamonds and clubs. And let's draw our cards here. No jokers. All right. These are all high cards. So let's just look down here and figure out where we want to go with 8. We did get the spade action. Forgot about that. So let's cross that off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gets us into this area. I think that's probably worth doing, even though he'll score points. We got to do it at some point, right? So we use an 8. Means we have to take a heart action. A 10, which not too bad. We can use a knowledge to make it a 9, or we take another club action. Maybe we take 2 club actions and stack them. That probably makes sense, is then he's only scoring 1 this turn. Although, of course, no, actually this works. This works. This is what we're going to do. We're locking in. We're not going to overthink it. So we're going to be moving 8 spaces this turn. So let's do that now. We're going to move 1, 2, take the damage, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're going to end up on this club space. So we're taking the damage. We take the damage, we get a crew and a salvage. Okay. We get a victory point. And we also crossed over 2 lines, but there's only 1 bonus left, this knowledge bonus. We cross over this, we get the knowledge bonus, and we cross over this, we already have both of those. So we only get 1 knowledge for that, which is better than nothing. And then now we get a club liberation action. Did I have a card left over? I did, right? Because there's 1 here. I forgot, I drew 2. Yeah, so I get 1 victory point at the end of the last turn too. I score any cards we don't score. If I forgot to do that in any previous turns, then I lost points. But I feel like most turns we were scoring his stuff, and I feel like it's probably easy to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We started with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, that seems right. I might owe myself 1 more point. We'll see at the end of the game. We'll check the instant replay. But I gotta remember that if he doesn't score, then it matters. But he's gonna score this. So these 2, I'm gonna get 2 points this turn probably. All right. So yeah, I could give myself an extra diamond action this turn and he'll score this. I think I'm probably gonna do it. I hate myself, but I think we're gonna just do this and get a crit. And that's our bonus action. I'm really bad at this. I'm just like scoring him points. Anyway, that's our bonus action. And then with our cards, we're going to do another liberation action with the queen, which is going to give us this free diamond action in a second. But first, we do score a row here. So we are going to grab 3 more victories. Then we're going to get a free action here. And we're going to put a king here. We're going to get a shredder. And that's going to give us this extra liberation action, which is going to let us take this one right here to give us another crew member. And then that's also going to give us another row, which is going to give us another 3 victory points. Whether that was worth it or not, I don't know. One more victory point. There we go. It was, potentially. I assume I gave myself the one victory point from the navigation. Hopefully I did. That is all of my actions. He's going to score a few more of these cards. So he's... If he ever gets to 95, he instantly wins the game. So we're going to have some turns where he does not score. I do get one victory point though, because there's one card on the board. He will start catching up. I don't know. We also have to log our leagues, which I keep forgetting to do. That's not intuitive for me yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe the game only ends when my score reaches this, but I assume if he's really far past this, I'm gonna have a hard time. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose. I'm pretty sure I played this as horribly as possible. I think the goal is to get a lot of cards out and not do his stuff and then score the passive points. I need to start doing that now, but I've kind of become very obsessed with this, so that's kind of what's been going on. Whether that pays off or not, I don't know, but I only need to get this now and I'll get all that free stuff and the 2 points. I'm really far away from this, and I need 3 more diamonds to get to this. So we're gonna see if I can get these 10. These 10 points might swing things in my direction. We'll see. Anyway, we're gonna draw 2 more cards. We're gonna deal. Oh wait, no, sorry, I have an upgrade or repair to do. Almost forgot that step too. I can buy 8, 10. I think 10's probably worth getting at this point. And or the queen. I can get a free salvage for upgrade. I don't really know how good that's gonna be because I don't know how many more upgrades I'm gonna be taking this game. Because I do have to start repairing all that damage soon. So I think we're gonna take white. That's not what I meant to do. I think we're gonna take this 10, and then for the rest of the game, if I can restrict myself, we're gonna repair the damage so we don't lose extra points at the end of the game. All right, that is everything, I think. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna no jokers. Okay, but no hearts. Unfortunately, the spade action is still here, so if I want to get the spade thing, I'm gonna eventually have to do that. It's gonna depend if I can get any spade bonuses right now. So first things first, I can move 10, 7, or 3. Might be time to start moving slowly into that top action, that top area. So with the 3, I could come over here. If I go into this area though, he scores. So I could just take it slow and just kind of finish my turn up here. I could go further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gets me into this quadrant, but I don't really get anything for that doing it that way. Let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this is what we're gonna do. Although I could get a liberation bonus right now. Do I go for the 2 victory points now and get all that free stuff, or do I get this liberation with an extra hard action this time? I don't know what's better. I think we're gonna get the 2 victory points and just get that over with. So I'm stopping. So I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If this is smart. When I do that, I don't get a bonus here, but I do get a crew. Let's give myself a crew. I can get a knowledge or a crew. Let's grab the knowledge. And I end my turn here, which is going to get me this last piece of the puzzle here. And I'm going to get 1 damage, 3 treasure, and a salvage. 1 damage, 3 treasure, and a salvage. 3 treasure, 1 damage, and a salvage. And I get 2 victory points for that. 1, 2. And then now he does not score 5 victory points if another joker comes out. Then I went over a damage, which gives me a crew and a salvage. I gained a victory point for going over a victory point. And I went 7 spaces, which I said I don't want to travel very far, and then I traveled very far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is going to score this card, though. if he's going to do anything else. I did all that and I didn't lock my cards, so I would have locked 7, and then I think we're going to do it. Of course, it's the 10 for the warfare, but we're going to do it like this: 10 and 3. This, and we're going to use a knowledge. Lower that 3 to a 2, and we're going to get a knowledge right back. So we used the 3, turned it into a 2 to get this bottom piece right here. And if we can get one here and one here, we'll get 2 more victory points. I would have rather have done the warfare, I think, to try to get that 5. But it is what it is. So he's going to score another 5 points. And I score 2 points. 2 cards up. And then now we have to do the... Do I want to buy or repair? And I think I'm just going to repair. I could do... Let's just double check. I could get the 3. The library, turn salvage into knowledge. That's not horrible because I have a lot of salvage, but I don't think I'm going to do that. The 10 I already have. And the 7 I already have. So I think we're just going to start repairing this. And because I have the reinforced hull, I only have to use 1 crew to repair the dash. Start doing that every turn so we don't lose any more points at the end of the game. And that is everything. So we're going to draw 2 more for him. And we are going to draw our cards. And no Joker yet. All right. So we're going to have to start doing this if we want to get the 5 points. So we don't have a spade here. So unless I get a combo somewhere, which I can get from this beaker, we can do this. Maybe this is a good idea. That's going to give us another liberation, which can give us another heart. We can start going up this track. Well, the 7 gets me up higher here just by default, and I don't have to use... So both of these get me up higher. One gets me a combo though. I can go anywhere. So I probably want to go and get diamond actions. Yeah, we're gonna do the 7-3. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna lock in. So we're gonna use a wild. We have a lot of treasures. Should probably use them. And we're gonna turn that into a wild. And I think we're just going to move 2 spaces with that. We're gonna go 1, 2 like this. Does not trigger anything, but we do get a free diamond action. But first, let's just log it up here before we forget. So we're that far on our journey backwards. And that's going to get us a free diamond action. And I think we're just going to, again, put a king here. And then we'll try to get this free heart action. We do get a treasure from that. So we get a treasure back. And we're going to do our actual action, which is hearts 3. So we're going to go here. We're going to get a victory point. Oops. Victory points. We're going to do a club action. We're going to start setting ourselves up over here for another free diamond action, I think. So we're going to grab, I don't know, this one. We'll get a and that's that. And we did not trigger this or this turn. So we're getting 3 victory points and he's getting none. So that's helpful. And we still have not scored any of the challenges. We're getting close to scoring one of them. Not really this one though. And then we are going to just repair, I think. Just gonna go with our repair strategy. And that is it for the turn, unless I forgot to do something. We're going to draw 2 more cards. So now it's hearts and knowledge. Probably avoid knowledge for a little bit. Hearts, though, I don't know if we're going to be able to avoid. So let's deal. No Joker. That's good. We could use a diamond, or we could use the free diamond action. We need a 6, so probably going to do this, but we don't like this 9. This 9 is a problem. I don't know if I can use 2 knowledge to turn that into a jack and then use a treasure to lower it. Like I should be able to do that, but I don't know if I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is really bad for us. I assume that I can use 2 knowledge to turn this into a jack, and then I can use a treasure to make it whatever I want. I'm going to assume that's the case, so I'm going to do it. If that is not the case, someone can correct me, but we're going to lock into this. We're going to turn that jack into, now I wish I had to turn the salvage into knowledge thing. We're going to use 2 knowledge, a treasure to do that. I'm going to turn the movement into 1 this turn, an ace, and then yeah, so we're going to move, and we're just going to move on to this victory points. 2 more victory points. I do kind of wish there was a mechanic of like, if you land on victory points, maybe you get like double the value, but nope, they did not. Would have been nice though. But we did get the 2 victory points, so that's good. Then next we are going to do the club action with a 6, so we're going to use another knowledge. So we're down to 1 knowledge, which is not good. But we are going to take damage, and then we're going to get a free diamond action out of this. So let's just remember to circle our diamond now, or our damage now. And then for our diamond, yes, we'll do this one first. Wait to see if we can stack. Wait to see if we can stack our heart actions on a turn where we're taking a lot of heart actions. I've not done a lot of stacking, even though I'm self-aware that that's probably a good strategy. I just haven't done it a lot this game. Which means that we have not triggered any of these, so we're going to score 5 victory points. Now we're turning the game against him. We are 1 point away from getting this challenge down here. I had a way to get an extra diamond action this turn. I might have done it, but I did not. So maybe we can make a comeback. I doubt it. Then we're going to go with our repair strategy here. Boom and boom. And we have to do one journey backwards. And I think that's everything. We're going to have to draw 2 more cards for him. This is getting pretty crazy. He's going to start scoring a whole lot of stuff soon. Damaging treasures. So we'll have to keep that in mind. And I don't think I forgot to do anything else, so we're going to draw. Alright, we have low cards. That's pretty good. We keep his scoring to a minimum this turn. We do have a liberation, but we don't have a diamond. Diamond is a problem. So we have a way to get a diamond combo this turn. I don't see one. Get all the diamonds out of here. Get a knowledge to do a conversion. He'll score. Come down here and get this free clubs. He'll score. I think we're just gonna have to play it safe and get points this turn. So I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it like this. He's gonna score 1 card, unfortunately, but I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna lock in the 2. We're gonna do spades, and we're gonna do the 4 location this turn. I think this is what we got to do. All right, so he is gonna score spades, but we'll do that in a second. First, we're gonna move 2, and I think we're just gonna move down to this space right here, and we're gonna maybe like get this club next turn. He'll score next turn too, but I mean, he's gonna score no matter what I do, I think. So we're just moving 2. We're keeping the movements pretty low. Then I'm gonna do the 4 clubs here. So we're gonna get a salvage out of it. And now we've scored in 2 of these, so if we can do 2 more, we can get 5 points there. We just need this for another 5 points. Another 2 points here if we can happen to get those, and every point here we stop him from getting points into the game. So we do have to get a lot of hearts at some point. And we did not gain a treasure, damage, knowledge. We did not do heart. We did not go to these areas on the board. So I don't think I scored his points yet. Hopefully I did not. But yeah, he scores 5 points. Hopefully I didn't just give him points twice, because that would make things harder for me. But I do score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gaining on him on the point situation from cards. I would have liked to have done this earlier in the game, but you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're closing the gap, but I don't think we're gonna win. So we're gonna have to see how this goes. And then again, we are just going with our repair strategy. We got 3 more repairs left, 3 more damage, so hopefully we'll break even there. We're going to draw cards. And now things are getting crazy because he's going to score a whole lot of stuff. And no hearts, though. So that's good. Or no jokers. So we could feasibly get our diamonds this turn. But we could use our knowledge and this. But we also don't want to move very far. This is rough no matter how I do it. I really wanted to get the extra victory points from doing a club action, and we don't have club up here. So now would be a really good time to do like a bunch of club actions. But doing a bunch of club actions does not get us our diamond. Club 6 does not do anything for us as well, unless I use knowledge, which is another problem because we already did this. I don't know what to do. Like moving 1 space is the correct answer. He will score this, and I have to do more heart stuff at some point. I can get 4 victory points, but then I would be giving him points if I get the victories. It's frustrating. Get a score no matter what I do, and if I take damage, that's a problem too. But I can get 8 victory points. All right, I think we're gonna do it. And 5, and then we get, he's gonna score this and this turn. I think that's gonna seal our doom, but we're going for it. I don't see any other path out of this. All right, so we're locked in. This is what we're doing. All right, so first things first. Oh, I have the plus minus for the, no, we're not doing that. Hold on. I gotta have the plus minus for the club power. I probably could have used that a couple times. We're gonna lock in like this, I think. Yeah, okay, this is what we're doing. He's still gonna score this one, but not the damage one this turn. We are gonna move, we're gonna use 1 knowledge, our last knowledge, to lower this to a 1, and we're gonna drop down here. I have to take a crew to do this. See that? No! All right, we're gonna play chicken then. We're not gonna use our knowledge. We're just gonna move up to this space right here. We're gonna go up and over to that space right there. I can't land in that space, can I? Did I cheat before? No, I can't do that either. Right now, we're just going with our original plan. It is what it is. We're gonna lose, but it's fine. We're gonna use our knowledge. He's gonna get this crew, which I didn't realize was a thing until just now. We're gonna go down 1 space. We're gonna get the free club bonus. We're gonna get the crew. So we get a crew, that's great, but he gets 5 points for that. And then he gets 5 points for me going into this area. But I get to do a free crew action, and I'm gonna do 1 right here. And I'm gonna get a crew. Free liberation action, which is gonna give me another row, which means that I get 4 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do our club with a 6, and I can make that into a 7. So we're going to get this crew guy right here. That's going to give us another row, which means I can get 4 more points out of that. 2, 3, 4. We only move 1 point on the league's track here. And I think that's everything. He's going to score twice. He's at 65 points. I'm going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's not horrible, but again, we could have done this better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I still don't have this, and I still don't have this or this. I haven't scored any of the challenges yet. And then we're going to just go back to our repair strategy. Repair. And we're going to draw 2 more cards. And then we're going to deal. No joker. No diamonds. Diamonds are bad now. So he's going to score a lot of cards. This game is probably over very shortly. I would need to like score all this right now and then have him not score. But I think he still scores no matter what I do. The only good note is I have an ace. So I can not move far again this turn if I don't want to. Or I could just end it now and hope I can get a lot of points. But I don't think I can do that. Good news is I can get a king for free and a salvage for free, and it costs me nothing with this action, and that gets me 1 point closer to this. But the warfare card's coming next. There's only 4 left, and I'm pretty sure the warfare card's coming out soon. Bad news is no diamond action in sight, no free diamond action in sight, unless I get lucky with a 7 or a 9. But also I need something in this row as well. Yeah, that's what's happening. I could do another. Nope, I don't have the values. I have a king, a 5, and an ace. None of those really help me in the club section, but I also only want to move 1 space. So yeah. So we are going to just move down a space, I guess. Not in his score zone yet, although all 3 will be out shortly. Yeah, we'll just leave it in orange line, it's fine. And we're gonna do the 5 of hearts. No, 5 of hearts, what am I saying? 5 of spades. What happens when you play at like 3 in the morning, which is where I'm playing right now. So we're gonna get this king right here, which is gonna give us a salvage. I guess that's good. And yeah, that is it for the turn. You know, he does not get any points for any of this, which is good. I will score points. We do move 1. Maybe if I just move 1 at a time and prevent him from scoring, I have a shot. I don't really know. This has got to be green. But as far as I can tell, I score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for that. But we're doing a stall tactic of some sort here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this feeling? It's feeling possible. Maybe if I get the right combo here, I can somehow score 10, 12 points, and then, I don't know, maybe my treasures will get me there. I don't know. And we're gonna, at the end of the turn, we're gonna repair 1 crew for one damage. Alright, we're drawing 2. Why did it only give me 1? 4, 6, 7. It only gave me 1? This was here last turn, right? Yeah. No. Something. This one's not supposed to be out. So let's flip it over. I'm not sure what happened there. Unless I miscounted and this was out already. Wait, maybe this wasn't out already. No, yeah, this wasn't out. This was out for sure. I'm pretty positive it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, well, you guys have been paying attention. Was this out or not? I believe I had a bug and only dealt 1 card. I don't know for sure. Either that or I should have 1 less point. I counted 8. We'll see. We'll just play it like this, and then this will come out next turn. All right, we're gonna deal. No joker. That's good. You have a diamond. That's good. You have a spade. Also good. I have no knowledge though, and I don't have the right values for anything in here. That's a problem. But I could get the diamond off the board with this. Problem is I gotta move 4. This is going to be the last round. I need to score as much as I can without triggering any points for him. How do I do that? Diamond 7 looks correct. 4 looks correct. I mean, I don't really have any choice here. What can I do with 4 movements? Gets me any points? I don't think any. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do another heart action, but heart action would score him this. We don't want to take any damage, but we're going to take damage no matter what here. What did I just do? There we go. He's going to score damage because of this, and he's going to score diamond. So he's getting 10 more points no matter what I do. I'm going to be forced to take a free heart no matter what. That's happening. I can avoid, and I can't avoid getting knowledge. This is bad. He's scoring 20 points this turn, and I don't have a choice. Actually, no, I can avoid getting knowledge. I lose 4 victory points by doing it, but I prevent him from getting 5, so that's probably better. Alright, well, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna play it out. I move 4 spots, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna end on this damage. Do we want to end on damage? Probably not worth the 2 things I'll get from it, because I'm not gonna be able to repair it. Oh, you know what? We did forget one thing. Sorry, there's something that we forgot. We get a victory point for every one of these upgrades. We actually have 4 more victory points, which is odd because now I don't know if the game would have ended already. I gotta check that out real quick. So this is a weird one. It will say when they converge, the game ends. Technically, there's space here. So we're just gonna play it out and we're gonna go to the end of this round and then the game's gonna end. I don't actually know for sure. I'll have to ask if the situation ends the game or not. You know, if you're looking at it one way it is, but because I forgot about these points anyway, it doesn't really matter. I could just give them to myself at the end of the game and just pretend like I got them as a bonus. But yeah, I totally did forget that you get a star for every upgrade. So there is a reason to upgrade, I guess, some of these, because you get a point for it anyway for holding on to the 3 resources. But since I've been preparing, it hasn't really mattered that much. But that is a reason to do it. It can offset the damage, etc., etc. So we'll just play it forward. So anyway, we are going to move for, we're not going to get the damage. We're just going to do it safe and just move like 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll finish our turn here into an empty space. Actually, 1, 2, no. I could get an extra victory point and finish. No, I can't get the extra victory point and make it back. So I don't think it's when you enter these spaces. I think it's when you end. But yeah, we're just going to keep it safe. I have no more knowledge to play with anyway. We have a 10 and a 7 for the diamond action. It is going to trigger a bunch of stuff though. So we're going to do a 7 here, which is going to give us 5 victory points because of this. So we're going to we'll go over it like this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is also going to trigger another 5 victory points because we finally have this challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to have to cross something out in the heart section. We're going to do this any section, which is going to give us 1 more victory point. Right here. We'll do that. And that's going to trigger hearts for him. We took damage because of this, which we actually have to give ourselves the damage. And we did a diamond action, so he scored those 3. We were not forced to take salvage or crew. We did not do a liberation action this turn. We did not go in these spaces. We did not get a treasure, and we did not get a knowledge. Had I gone up here and finished this speaker, I would have then given him 5 points, and I would have gotten 4. Would have felt cooler, but he scores a lot. So let's give him all his points. 1, 2, 3, and then let us calculate the end of the game scoring. So I'm finishing at 70, 71, 72, 73. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 treasures. Oops, we forgot to repair one last time at the end of the game. We have, I guess we'll use black for this. We have 1, or we'll use white. 1, 2, 3, 3 extra points for that. We're going to lose 1, so 8, so 10. We're going to have 83 points. So we are going to finish right here. But he's going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. So unfortunately, he's going to finish right here. So it's going to be 89 versus my 83. So it ended up being closer than I thought it would be, to be honest. But oh wait, no, I also get points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So it's actually 90, 89 potentially. Probably I messed up score somewhere. Again, the game might have needed to end a turn sooner because I don't know if that actually counts as converging or if you actually have to cross over. I will ask that on the forums. First time playing, I didn't think there would be a situation where it would be that close in terms of that. But again, I did forget about these victory points. I feel like I probably forgot points up here at least once. I might have accidentally not triggered something. It's very easy in these games to make mistakes like that, so I always, you know, love it when eagle-eyed people spot my mistakes. But yeah, I mean, first play, I like it enough. I would want to play it more. I just don't really know how to play around Farragut that much because I feel like he's guaranteed to just score points. Obviously, you get in these situations where you can score a lot of points if you get these cards out, but it almost feels like you're you're rewarding yourself for doing less, right? Like I could just move one space, take one action in one little place, and like only flip over a card, and that would let me net like a few points because he'll get 5 and I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, maybe 9. So I don't love that aspect of it. I don't love like I don't love that there's a little bit of like you want to do the combo stuff. You want to do as much as you possibly can, and I feel like this system kind of punishes that. Like that's what happened in the beginning of the game. I kept doing all these fun things, these fun combos, but it just happened to line up with his cards. I could have not done the fun combos and let the cards build up, but you want to do the fun combos, right? So yeah, when I saw playthroughs of this, that was my thought, and playing through it, I kind of feel that way a little bit now. I don't know, the Calbots in Flip Town, they weren't as punishing. Like they scored points, but it was a lot easier to like, all right, if they're going to score the mines this turn, let's get like 3 combos into the mine this turn so that they don't, you know, so we maximize it. I felt like that happened more frequently. And then because like the different areas were worth different points, you could still like, I don't know, deny them points better by like doing other things. I don't know, you were rewarded for still doing as much as you could on your turn. Yeah, I also feel like, this is my gut, but you might, if you can get a lot of cards out early, you might be rewarded with winning by ending it early by taking really big map movements. This thing might be a trap. Again, I played with it, I wanted to do it, but it could be a trap. And I feel like, I don't know, this is a really big point swing too if the jokers come out, and or if you can get easy ones that line up. I feel like mine almost lined up with the science, but these two were kind of not really. I don't know, I could have probably gotten this one done, but yeah. But also I don't really know, like, you know, it'd be nice to score all the points in one of these sections, but I feel like I somehow didn't get enough combos out. Like there's so many combos in this one that I didn't get to. I feel like, you know, prioritizing this a little bit might have been a little bit more combo-tastic, but again, you can only get to those combos at the end of the game, and by the end of the game you're going to have so many cards out that it almost feels bad. Like this is probably more fun playing against humans, or playing the beat your own score variant. I don't know, again, but again, it was surprising how close the score was. And again, this is probably not the real score. I either probably forgot to score him once or twice, or I messed up my score, but let's just pretend that I made no mistakes. It is interesting that the final score probably was 90 to 89. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 9. I gave him 9 points, right? Yeah. Mixed bag for me so far. Do I like it as much as Flip Town? Probably not. Will I play it again on here? Yes, I will. Maybe I'll have a game where like the cards don't line up to what I want to do so early, and I'll have like a blowout game against him. I don't know. Maybe playing at a higher difficulty, you have an advantage because you can do the passive point thing early on and build the cards up. I don't know. I just don't know how to play again. What I wish there was, and this is my feedback, I wish there was some sort of mechanic to remove cards. I don't know how that would work. Like maybe draw 3 cards, but you have the option of removing 1, so that, like, you know, you can kind of prepare. Like you can know that next turn, I want this adventure. I can guarantee adventure is not out next turn, right? Like I can put 3 out, remove 1. I'll still have the same number of cards that I have to work with, but at least I could always guarantee there's one place where I don't have to give them the 5 every single turn. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head what could work. But again, this is only after 1 play. I did forget that all these upgrades were worth 1 point, so it might have made more sense to go a little bit crazier in getting some of these upgrades. The laboratory would have solved some of my issues. I think probably getting these cheap conversion ones might have helped a little bit, although I only really needed knowledge, so the salvage to knowledge one probably would have been really good. Having more knowledge would have for sure maybe got me out of some jams that I got myself into. But again, my biggest issue was trying not to give him so many points at the end of the game. Like I didn't even want to do this combo right here, but I had to. The rules say you have to do it, and if you don't do it, you just give him 5 points. So yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts. This was a longer session than I thought it would be, but it was a full teach. I did get a bit of analysis paralysis on my first couple map moves. Surprisingly, I find the map part the hardest, this area down here, because you really have to like count how many spaces and make it line up and make it work. I don't think I cheated. I might have cheated up here, but you're as far as I'm aware, you just can't land anywhere where you drew. I don't think I did, but I can't really tell if I think I went here to here, so I don't think I did. But yeah, that's just another like weird aspect of the game that my brain has to get used to, I guess. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I do want to thank those who support me. I have a very small but loyal Patreon backing. If you would like to join the club and become a fan, an ally, an insider, I don't know the weird names I came up with, you can do so on my Patreon. If you want to see more Voyage, let me know. If you have feedback on my play, things I could have done better, rules I got wrong, let me know. Again, first time playing, I think I got it mostly right, minus like human errors. Yeah. Otherwise, I will see you next time. I am playing at like 3:30 in the morning because that's the only time I can do this kind of stuff. So that does affect my thinking as well when it comes to rules, mistakes, and also strategy. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.